Hey YouTube, Israel here with another knife review. Today I have a pair. This knife is called the Smith & Wesson Large Hunter. There are three different versions, okay? I have the clip point version here and the spear point version. They also have a bowie version, which I do not have, but they're all basically the same knife with different tip designs. Now, the price tag on either of these is $12. Now you might say, well, you know, why do I review a knife like this? Well, you know, when I see a $12 knife somewhere, I think to myself, geez, is it even worth that? I mean, so I just wanted to check these knives out for myself and report back to you to tell you, you know, is it seems like such a bargain. Is it really worth it? And here you see, now the blade length on both of these is 6 1/4 inches, right? So basically medium large fixed blade knife. And let me show you the handle right there. That is a Kraton handle, you see, with the integral guards there, and they are partially serrated. This is 440C stainless steel, and you see the serration, the style of serrations are extremely jagged, which is not my favorite type, just because they can get caught up on things. And you know, I would prefer a plain edge, but they don't come in a plain edge version. All right, so you know, you have to accept that if you're going to buy this these budget knives. Now, I actually ordered the spear point, and they call this just a general utility large hunting knife. It actually looks more like a fighter design, okay, especially the spear point, and it would actually be an extremely nasty fighting design. It reminds me of you know, some older military models. And I actually ordered this, and guess what arrived? The clip point version. Okay, they made a mistake and they sent me this. All right, so I reordered from a different seller, and I got the one that I originally wanted. But that's okay, because now I can show you. Now I can show you both. You see the difference is there. This is more of a, you know, the spear point's kind of a dagger, pretty much. And this has a little bit more of a, well, they both have the same belly, but the tip trails more, so it would, you know, slice through more. But are these good for the money? After handling these a while, I have to say yes. I mean, it's not, I would never use this knife as my primary outdoor knife, okay? But for the cost, yeah, I mean, they are worth it. I've read reports that people have batoned through wood with these knives. Me personally, just because I think the tang is fairly thin. I mean, the handle itself is thin, so the tang must be pretty thin to go through that. So me personally, I would not baton with this, but I have read reports and reviews that people claim they successfully batoned with this. And also I've read reviews where people said that they skin several deers with the knife. For a skinner, I would use a much more big-bellied knife, but you know, people say they use it, so you know, I believe you could get by with it. All right, and the sheath that comes with it, you know, I wasn't really even expecting anything from the sheath, because for $12 I would just have bought the knife without a sheath. But this is, you know, it's a cheap leather sheath. The belt loop here, a button closure cross strap here, and it is a fairly thick sheath, at least, and you know, it's about what I expected from the price range. But you know, there is the leather sheath. All right, and the hollow grind on these are very sharp. Okay, for a cheap knife, they did come pretty razor sharp. Now, I just have some rope left over. Let's see what it does to the rope. All right, so it did arrive very sharp for the price. And now this knife, I mean, you could use this for a lot of things. Like I said, they call it a large hunting general utility. I mean, to me, this looks like a World War II type dagger almost. You know, a cheap fighter, sure. General utility, sure. I wouldn't put it through too much stress, but you know, this is the kind of knife that if, let's say, your son, you know, you want to buy him a knife to use while camping, and maybe he's not old enough that you really want to buy like some sort of expensive knife that he might ruin, and you just want a little starter knife, and you know that he's not really going to do anything too crazy with it, then yeah, I mean, this this would be something you could get. These are also the type of knives that you could just buy like 3 or 4 of them and just put them around the house, or put them in like extra little, extra little survival kits that you don't plan to use often, but you just want something in the kit. Basically what I'm telling you is this is kind of a backup knife, not a primary knife, but look, if it's more about the skills you have. If you have the proper outdoor skills, you could get by with something like this. All right. And now let me point out something very interesting about the handle. This handle, I don't think they meant it this way, but this handle could actually accommodate every possible grip. What I mean by that is hammer grip, edge in hammer grip, saber grip, reverse grip, but also edge in reverse grip, and also the Filipino grip. And I don't think they meant that at all. See, usually the guard usually will kind of prevent the edge in grips, or it will prevent the saber grip. But because this part of the guard is skewed, you can actually use the guard as a thumb ramp for the saber. And because this part is choked in, usually there's a choil here, and this part there's no choil there, or finger choil I should say. But this is choked in both ways, which means you can hold it either way and it's comfortable. That's just a little weird thing I found out about this knife. It somehow ended up with the perfect versatile handle if you're into knife arts, which very few people are, but I am, and that just caught my interest. So yeah, if you're ever designing a knife for knife blade arts, a handle like this is friendly for all grips. Alright, so Smith & Wesson Large Hunters, backup knife, cheap knife, secondary knife, cheap fighter even, whatever you can think of to use these for. At $12, I wouldn't bet my life on this knife by any means, but at the same time, there is a place if you're on a tight budget for stuff like this. So now you've seen a closer look, so if you see these around and you're wondering, hey, is this a total piece of junk? No, it's not a total piece of junk at all. All right, it is worth the price, I think. One last look, the clip point version. I prefer the spear point version because, I don't know, just look, there's something I like about it. All right, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this knife review. Stay tuned for many more reviews. This has been Israel. I am out of here, dudes. Peace out.